Hello, Santa Clarita. This is Dr. Judith Curts, and I'm here with my esteemed colleague, Dr. Gregory Jenkins, and we have a guest today. And we start the show saying, I feel good. Well, we're going to teach you today and talk to you about how you can really feel good. So welcome to the Doc and Doc Show. You'll be with us here for the next hour. And if you have any questions or comments for our guest, and hold on, you're going to hear who she is. Our number is 298-5487, 298-5487. Doc, take it away and introduce our guest.
Yes, our guest is somebody I don't know very well, but another name is really, really famous in the fitness world. And we have Tammy Lindahl with us right now, and she is the owner of SCV Vitamins, and it's up off the old road in Stevenson Ranch. I always forget they kept the streets this way and that. But I'm going to let her talk right now. We're going to talk about anti-aging, antioxidants, all the things that make you healthy and live healthier until something happens. So.
And remember, if you have a question for Tammy, she is right here. I mean, she's your fitness guru, vitamin guru, anti-aging. She's all of that. So please call us at 298-5487, and you'll just have a wealth of information. Welcome, Tammy.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. This is so exciting. I totally love and enjoy anything under the health and wellness umbrella. As we were discussing earlier, my background is I'm a certified personal trainer. I'm also a certified Biggest Loser Pro and weight loss specialist.
Wow.
And group exercise and TRX suspension training. And now, it kind of in efforts to retire my personal training, I acquired this little vitamin store. It's called SCV Vitamins and Wellness. And like you said, it's in Stevenson Ranch. But I thought, I'm just going to know everything because I just love nutrition. I've written 2 books on nutrition and weight loss.
Wait, you've written 2 books?
I've written 2 books. They're both published.
Tell us about them.
My first book is called How to Lose Weight Without Being on a Diet for Women.
I love that.
And the second one is Eat and Think Your Way into Weight Loss. Because what I discovered was it's about mindset. Because all the diets in the world, some are good, some are bad, some are just okay. They all work until your brain says, have a piece of chocolate cake. So it's about mindset strategies and how we think about food. And so that dictates our behaviors towards the food.
So you're the shrink of eating right.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as shrink. That's your job.
No, it sounds good. Sounds good. I like it.
But it's, I studied a lot of personal development and, studied under Jack Canfield and Tony Robbins and all those guys and, just all that personal development. And I really learned a lot about how the way we think will dictate what we do and our behaviors, which obviously brings a certain result. So that's why I named that second book that.
Kind of cognitive behavioral.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay,
thank you.
tell us more.
But I think also we have to make sure you tell everybody about the contest you've won.
Oh.
Yeah,
well, thanks for bringing that up.
She's very competitive.
She's a winner.
Yes, in fact, just a few years ago, I entered and won the NPC bikini competition in the Masters 45 Plus. It wasn't really on my radar to do it, but my boyfriend at the time was a bodybuilder and he talked me into it. So I got up on that stage in my stripper heels and bikini.
Good for you, girl.
And lo and behold,
I like to see those pictures.
It's actually in the store, and it's just
okay.
He's gonna love it. It was the day of the competition, and I did take a first place. So I'm very proud of that.
What is NPC?
A National Physique Committee, I believe.
Okay.
So, and I was in the Masters 45 Plus. So I was 47 at the time when I took the first place.
Wow. First place, bikini, stripper.
No. Let's be clear, I've never been a stripper.
No, but you have the
heels.
I just thought that would be kind of funny if I said it, that's all.
I like it.
So
tell us about you.
So, I acquired this store, like I said, in efforts to retire my personal training, which I, for the most part, have. I do some small group training. In the store, we teach nutrition. We have seminars. I have other experts come in. It's really kind of cool. Workshops, seminars, and then also, some fitness training as well. So
want me to come in and talk about sex?
I would. You can teach me a few things.
Well, no, we'll have fun.
I'm sure it would be. That's a fun topic. I'm sure.
So you don't just have a vitamin store. You have classes that you offer. I want to hear about that.
Yeah, well, I teach some nutrition classes, different topics on detoxification, how to lose weight without being on a diet, different things like that. But I have other experts come in. I have another personal trainer / personal development coach coming in to talk about why you're not a loser, and he's going to talk about, why you're not losing weight if you're trying and it's not working for you. I have another health and wellness coach coming out to talk about how to get your kids more focused and how to do their homework just in time for school starting. I've had just numerous different experts come out and talk about that sort of stuff. So I really want it not just to be a vitamin store. My vision is to create a wellness place for anybody to come in and ask me questions, or if you're an expert yourself, come out and share your knowledge to my customers.
Well, I'd like to say, I have patients come to me and say, Dr. Jenkins, I just can't lose weight. I've tried everything. So what have you tried? So, well, I bought the lean cuisines. I go, that's it? That's all you did? It's unfortunately, but the business side of food pushes all these things, and they're not really that good for you.
Right.
And people think that, they buy them at the store, it says lean.
That's funny because some of the things I do, I do grocery store field trips. And first we sit down and we learn about how to read the labels. And it's not just how much fat and how much carbs, because that's just a piece of it. We learn about the ingredients, and I give them a list of the buzzword list, so to speak. And then we go into the grocery store, and there's this healthy this or weight loss that, and we turn it around, and those labels are very misleading, and they're very mischievous on the way they word things, because it's
marketing.
Its name could be organic, but my name could be Grace, and it doesn't mean I'm graceful. If it is organic, that's something different. But if its name is organic, or if its name is healthy, it doesn't necessarily mean it is either of those two things.
I just learned something.
Yeah.
But let me ask you, the classes that you have in your store, which I think that's so wonderful. Is it costly? Do people pay, or?
No, so far I haven't charged a nickel for the seminars.
Wow.
Now I do a yoga, we call it a tension tamer, guided meditation yoga thing that I do, and I charge $15 for that. But and of course for the training I charge for. But the classes, no, because I wanted to, again, give back to the community, help out the other experts in the community, and then hopefully get the customers to help educate them, because that's what it's all about. And then that way it hopefully endears them to my store.
But what a great way for people to get involved in health. Just take a little step in, just walking into your store. Yeah, for a seminar, and then they can look around and not feel intimidated. They can learn about that. I love it.
Well, I looked at your website yesterday, and I was looking at the things that you offer, and you offered some of these wonderful antioxidants. You were talking about that newest one, azathioxine.
I know, I can't even spell it.
It sounds like one of those Russian communities over there. Azathioxine.
Well, like I said, in efforts to, I was a personal trainer, and I thought I know all this stuff on nutrition, but supplements are a whole nother deal. So what I do is I go to YouTube a lot, and I've got all these supplements, and I don't know what they are. So I'm really taking a lot of time, and it's super, super exciting to learn. But there's this, I'll talk about the first one that you just mentioned, and it's astaxanthin. And basically what it is, it's an algae, and it's what the salmon eat. It's what gives them the pink color. So, by the way, if you're eating salmon that's color added, you're not getting the astaxanthin that you could be getting in the natural salmon, like the sockeye salmon that actually feed on the astaxanthin. But the astaxanthin, it's an algae, and it's super good for energy. It's really awesome for your skin. It's awesome for your eyes and your vision. It can help fight cardiovascular disease. It helps reduce inflammation. It can decrease brain aging, which I don't know about you, but I kind of want to keep that as young as possible.
Absolutely. We all do. We want to
and
go to our grave smart, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's the last thing you want to lose, right?
Vital, yes.
Yeah. And I was at a fitness expo, and a lady that was representing the astaxanthin, I'm like, what are you doing here? Because fitness expos are, protein powders and pre-workouts and all that. And she's like, no, this is for the energy. Imagine what kind of energy a salmon would need to swim upstream and get all the way upstream. That's what
it's true love. They're going upstream to lay the eggs.
Yeah, well,
you know?
that's Dr. Kurtz's area, but I'm sure we do a lot of crazy stuff. But astaxanthin might help us get through that process.
That's wonderful. That's what you didn't bring us any today?
No, gosh, I the more I read and learn about all of these products, I want to take all of this stuff off the shelf. In fact, I was watching a video on astaxanthin, and they had 2 eggs, and the one egg had been given astaxanthin, I assume, through the chicken. And the guy had the yolk from one egg to a regular egg. And the regular egg, he picked up the yolk, and the yolk just broke in his hand. The other yolk, he literally could pick it up like pinch it and pick it up off of his palm. And
Oh,
he
you're
was
kidding.
throwing it from one palm to another, and it wouldn't break. So that tells me what it's doing to the integrity of the membranes and the connective tissues. So what is that doing with your skin, and what is that doing with your connective tissues, which is in all of the parts of your body?
Wow.
So it's just one of those things that if you're not taking that and you don't have the energy and vitality that you want, you might consider trying it. And I would suggest at least 4 milligrams a day, if not more.
You know, I hear that a lot from some of my patients, but they just don't have the energy to do this or do that, you know, and I'm sure you do too, Greg. You know, you hear from...
I mean, we spend a lot of money, the world spends a lot of money on fatigue.
Right?
And most of the time I run the labs, and the thyroid's not low, you're not anemic, you're not iron deficient, you're not vitamin D12 deficient. You're just tired because you don't eat right.
Yeah, people come in and ask me all the time, what do you got for tired? There's 100 questions, just like you said. What are you eating? Have you had your blood checked for iron deficiency? There's so many variables that go into that. It could be you're missing something like an antioxidant, but there's just, like I said, but that's what's the value of coming into a store versus, buying something online that says energy, or buying a Rockstar, God forbid, because that's full of junk and chemicals and stuff that actually makes you more tired in the long run because it burns out your adrenals with all that excessive caffeine.
Right.
So even though the can of, I don't want to need to knock or poo-poo those energy drinks, probably should have said that, but you know what I mean? If they say energy on the label and it's got all these chemicals in it, it ultimately can make you more tired.
It's almost like the packages for food that say organic or lean. They may not really be that way.
Yeah,
or light. Or light.
Light,
Yeah. Light means they might have added sugar, though. See, you just don't know.
They're just messing with you in the grocery store. I don't like that.
Yeah, and by the way, fat-free is definitely words you want to probably stay away from, because that means for sure they've added other stuff that's going to make it not good for you.
Right. Let me ask you something about, I hear people have trouble, and I think it's the world we live in, with sleeping. Do you have anything in your store that helps sleep?
Oh my gosh, yes, and that's a big one. That's a big one. There's several things I would be talking to. I need to readjust my mic here. Okay. I've talked to people about what is going on in their life, because tired could be menopause, or even in men, their hormones are off, and you're menopause, ladiopause, whatever. That it could be a hormonal disruption why you're tired. It could be adrenal fatigue why you're tired. There could be, again, a lot of things. So anything from melatonin to tryptophan to formulations of different things that include all those things, that may be a valerian root or GABA or kava or stuff like that really, you mix all those together in a good formulation, it kind of hits all the parts that will help you sleep.
Why would people go to your store and take supplements as opposed to, and this is just a conversation, as opposed to, going to Dr. Jenkins and saying, I need a sleeping pill, give me a prescription. So what's the difference
I
here?
never want to say don't go to Dr. Jenkins when he's sitting right next to me.
And how do you all marry that? Because I think it's really a marriage of both.
Right.
Sometimes,
well,
isn't it?
It doesn't cost anything to come in and see me. What I have is mostly natural, and it's over the counter, and you can talk to me and we can discuss your lifestyle, and we can pick out what's best for you, best for your body, and best for your budget. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, if that doesn't work, there might be something more going on that you do need to go see your doctor. Mm-hmm. And he can prescribe something a little more specific because he's maybe checked the blood, or he knows what's going on with your medications that's causing an insomnia or a fatigue or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I think starting with your basics and your over-the-counter, more natural is a good way to go.
When you say natural, what does that mean? I mean, I can go out and I grow herbs. I've had a big herb garden, so to me that's natural. But what do you mean by natural? I think people get really confused.
So that's a good question. And back to my label reading class, natural can mean a lot of things. Snake venom is natural.
Yeah.
So
okay.
not
Oleanders are natural too.
And-
You
yeah,
don't make any oleander tea, do we?
That's not
no,
good.
we do not. It's very toxic and poison. But so it's that natural doesn't always mean it's good, but sometimes the chemically things that I was talking about in those quote unquote energy drinks that are going to cause problems or side effects. Like melatonin is natural. It's a naturally occurring hormone in the body, and if maybe you're not producing it enough, that may be why you're not sleeping. So a little melatonin could help you sleep and you feel rested. I mean, what is the quality of your life when you've had really good night's sleep versus when you tossed and turned all night?
I
mean,
can
your
attest.
cognitive function is just out the window.
Absolutely. I can attest to that.
Right.
So, if I've had a good night's sleep, I can take on the world.
And I am a rock star.
Yeah, come on, world. But, and let's talk about a little bit. I know we're going to go to break in a few minutes, and please get your questions ready for Tammy. You've got an opportunity. You don't even have to get in your car. You can just pick up your phone and talk to her about nutrition, health, working out, all of those things. And, maybe in the other segment, you might want to think about what you have in your store that increases libido, if you do.
Okay.
I don't know.
Probably a good night's rest.
A good night's rest.
That's a good start.
I see patients that have sleeping disorders, and many of them are addicted and hooked on some of these sleeping pills, like Ambien.
Right.
Ambien is the most common one that people ask for, but the
Right.
manufacturer says don't take it more than 20 times a month. So that means every weekend you should not be on it.
So 10 days a month, you're not going to sleep.
Well, or you should find out
Or-
why you don't sleep.
That's right.
You know.
And I tell that to my customers all the time. Do we go with the problem, or do we look to the solution?
Try to fix it.
Like what's causing it, or let's just get you some sleep, and then we'll figure out what's causing it, and then give you something for
Right.
that as well.
Yeah.
And I think, like any doctor, I don't know if I'm stepping on your toes, but
Ouch.
I don't
He'll
know.
tell you.
I don't know for sure if what I suggest is going to help. And I'm sure sometimes you prescribe medicines and you're pretty sure that's going to work. But we're doing the best we can with the information we have. Doctors
Right, you don't have
know
it-
a lot more because they've taken the testing and their X-rays and the blood
Sure.
test. But
I know I wish I could do that TRX better.
have you tried it?
Yeah, it's really hard.
Okay, it is.
She strapped me up in her studio and tried to do this TRX stretching thing, Feel like I should be doing backflips or something.
No, it's good for a beginner or an elite athlete. It's good for everybody. Well, not everybody, but it can be for an elite athlete
Right.
or a beginner.
So what if someone is just starting out and they're saying, okay, I'm done. I'm going to start being healthy again. I want to take care of myself. Let's say a 50-year-old woman or man, and we'll have to talk about that in the next segment,
Okay.
I believe, because Justin's pointing at us, so so we're going to have to get off soon. But the number is 298-5487. Call Tammy or call Dr. Jenkins or call me, whatever you all want to talk about or have an issue with. I think a combination of the three of us, we're going to be able to give you some guidance or help you out. So please do that.
Yes, we definitely have to do that. And if you want to talk to Tammy, just go to her store. She's at the SCV Vitamin Store, and that's on the Old Road, right next door to the Chase Bank, I believe, isn't it?
Right, in the Vaughn Shopping Center.
Vaughn Shopping Center. So,
What are you next to, by the way?
I would say the cigar shop or
yeah. Or the green-
UPS store or the vacuum store. People tend to know that when I say that one.
or the dry cleaners.
There's a dry cleaners over there, Sally's Beauty Supply.
Okay, I know where you are now.
Okay, all right. You know where to find me.
Absolutely. So, get your questions ready. We're going to talk about libido.
Okay.
What else are we going to talk about? What do you have on your agenda?
Well, I wasn't sure what the audience would want to hear, so I could talk about anti-aging. We could talk about proteins, the different kinds of protein powders. One size does not fit all. I could definitely go into that. In fact, I wouldn't mind going into that. Just so people have an idea, because they think, oh, I got one for $12. I'm like, well, let's talk about what's $12. Like you can buy some $12 shoes too. What are you going to get? So
not much.
Trying to get what you pay for.
Sore feet.
That's right. Well, as an athlete, I used to buy cheap shoes and wonder why my knees hurt in my 30s. And I switched shoes and I spent some money. I let go of my purse strings a little bit. My whole body felt better.
Yeah.
My whole entire skeletal systems felt better.
Quality.
Yes.
So we spend on the quality for our life, and not spend on stupid stuff that.
Well, it's all about priority. What is your priority? What is important to you? All I got to do is follow where you spend your money, and follow your credit card. Some people spend all of they buy fancy cars and they don't have enough money to buy food, or they buy very expensive organic food and they're driving around in a used old car. It's a priority thing.
But they don't have a used old body. Then they have a better body if they're eating
right, and
well.
you can't trade that. You can't trade that in.
I want it all, but
yeah, right. No, I've had clients as an in-home personal training, which is what I did most of my career. I worked out with people in a mobile home, and then I had people in like West Ranch who had these beautiful mansion houses saying my prices were too much, and my price was the same for both people. So it's a priority thing. It's all about where do you put value and what's priority.
Well, I'm all into putting value on your health.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Me too.
So you're listening to AM 1220 KHTS 298-5487. We'll see you soon.